Hi guys, and welcome to my review of KZ PRX planar IM headphones. Before we begin, a couple of informations. The first one, you'll find the details on my system setup that I've used for my tests in the description of the video underneath. And you'll also find the link to the store I got these ones from. This was the store that had the lowest price at the time when I was buying them. So, as you may know, I have previously reviewed both KZ, by the way that stands for Knowledge Zenith, PR3 and Symphony planar headphones. I have liked both of them, so when I saw there's a new planar IM described as 4th generation, I needed to check it if I will like them as previous models. So I got them. They were like $40, a little less than that, I think 39 or something like that. So let's say 40. And I got them from AliExpress. Let's start with the specification. Official specs are that these are 15 ohms. The frequency bandwidth is between 20 Hz and 40 kHz. Again, 40 kHz, that's a lot, that's quite high. And they have sensitivity of 94 decibels. On paper, this should mean that they will be more or less easy to drive. Not as easy as if they would be over 100 decibels of sensitivity, but still with low impedance, they should be quite easy to drive. On the web page, on the KZ web page, there's also a short information that there actually had been some changes to the drivers inside of these IMs, but there's little detail except some enhancements and optimizations sentences. So no real information except for the fact that they are supposed to be using new drivers. And the driver actually seems to be new and different from PR3. We have PR3 here, and if you take a look at the back, let's try to get focus here. If you can see the black rectangle here, that's covering the driver. PR3 has driver clearly visible, and you can see magnets here, yeah? And also you can see that the nozzle here uses different type of mesh. So anyway, the driver really seems to be different, and you can see it when you compare it with PR3. But let's start with the box. As usual, the box is very simple. It's made of cardboard, and inside you'll get the same things as you are getting for all other KZ headphones, meaning set of foam tips. Now let's remove that. Set of foam tips in here. Yeah. On here. Like that. And two other things. Set of silicone tips with different sizes. I haven't opened them because I have a full collection of KZ tips from other headphones. They are basically including the same tips, but with different colors. Sometimes they are black, sometimes they are white. In this case, they included the black ones. And silver-plated, single-ended 3.3 millimeter headphone cable. Again, I had no need to open the bag because I already have that cable, like 15 of them or something like that. So anyway, back to the headphones. Let's talk about the build. The back of the headphones is made from translucent plastic. KZ says that these are 3D printed shells. As you can see, the nozzle has metal mesh. At the end, you can see the driver inside and the black rectangle that's hovering over the magnets. The front of the headphone is made from metal. Some of you have asked me about that in my earlier reviews. I've checked that and it's actually metal, and it looks very nice. If you can see, there is Y in blue in the middle. I like the design language of the newest headphones from KZ, although they look very similar, but still I like them. They are very, very elegant and they look modern. Yeah. What else about the build? Comfort and isolation. Starting with isolation. You have to remember that these are open headphones. If you're trying to take, oh yes, you can see it now. Here, the mesh in the cutouts. So basically, these are open headphones, meaning that they do not isolate very well. If you're wearing them, if the music is not playing, you're able to clearly hear all the sounds around you. It has advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantage is that this won't be the best in the public transport or in noisy areas. But the advantage here is that they're supposed to have a better soundstage. But we'll get to that later on. Anyway, you need to remember that these are open headphones, not closed ones. What else about the build? Comfort. They are very light and you are not feeling them in your ears after like a couple of minutes. So they are very comfortable and you can wear them for hours without any fatigue. And that's something common to all the KZ headphones I have reviewed so far. I have quite big ears and I had no problems with them being loose or falling out, if that's something interesting to you. Okay, so let's move towards sound qualities. The first one, the bass. These are probably cheating, as this is not a planar bass, what I was hearing here. It's fast, it's precise, but it's also very rich and very deep. There is no mid-bass bleed, but at the same time, mid-bass is full-bodied and organic. They must be cheating, because they sound a little bit like dynamic headphones. The bass is everywhere, it fills the soundstage, but it doesn't obscure anything. The bass is absolutely great on these. The mid-range. The mid-range has a very nice string instruments. It's full of detail and vibration. Acoustic stuff sounds amazing. Vocals are very clean and everything is very easy to pick. Every word, every sound. The male vocals are superb. For example, Pavarotti in Funiculi Funicola. He sounds absolutely amazing. Moving on to the treble. The treble is pure planar treble. Very open, airy and full of light. Very transparent and never fatiguing. I never found PR3 as sibilant or fatiguing, but the description for PRX says that this should be less sibilant. Well, I've never found either of them to be like that. The next section is about detail. The detail here is absolutely great and surprising. Why surprising? At this stage it's very hard to surprise me with something new in my tracks, and yet there are places and there are some things that I've discovered anew with these ones. For example, opening notes on Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman? I've never noticed earlier that at the very beginning of the track, the first couple of sounds is actually fingers sliding on the strings. And with these, you can hear that very clearly. Okay. The detail here is everywhere, but these do not sound analytical. They sound very musical. If you want to look for the detail, it's all there, but they will not force you to hear all the detail. You can focus on the music, on the track, on the song as well. Moving on to scene, as I've said earlier, these are open headphones. They have very good separation and very good directionality. You are able to clearly tell the sound is coming from either left, right, front, and behind you. That's surprising, at least for me, because most of the headphones, IAMs and full conns, will not do that for me, only for fully blown speakers. But these can do something magical, and I can tell when the sound is coming from behind me with these ones. In my notes, I've also noted one thing. They have very nice and fluid panning effects. For example, beginning of the classic I Would Do Anything for Love. There are motorcycle engine sounds, and they are coming from around you in a circle. The thing is that with some of the headphones, the panning would be in a straight line, left to right, right to left, etc. With some of them, the panning would be on eclipse like that. Yes. So little information for the front and for the back plane. With these, panning is in a round circle. You get the same information for left and right as for the front and back. And that's something very, very good and very uncommon in IAMs, in the headphones world. The layering is very good. Nothing obscures anything. And the fact that the sounds are not in the same plane, but they are in clear, distinct planes, makes you hear more detail. I guess that's probably the reason why I was able to hear a couple of sounds, a couple of things that I haven't noticed earlier. The fact that the layers are clearly separated and they are not obscuring anything. So the Soundstage information is very, very good, with very good information on the left and right sides, and also the same good amount of information for the back and front and HiFi information. Everything is there. So that would conclude my usual parts of the review, and let's move to the loose thoughts, because this time I've took quite a lot of notes in this section. Well, these are really fun headphones. The bass is swinging and you want to dance all the time when you're listening to them. I would love them. I would love them in the wireless format. I'd love to buy IAMs like that with these sound qualities. And another note, I can't believe these are only $40. I remember that my first serious IAMs were Sennheiser's IE800 that I got about, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that. And they were $500. And sound-wise, sound quality-wise, I'd say that these are like 5 to 10 times better. Although I loved my IE800, these are way better. And the price is way lower. When I was doing the listening tests for the review, the fun fact is that I wasn't able to fully focus on listening for the review purposes and taking notes, because I was drawn into the music and I was switching the tracks and I was skipping the tracks and I was listening for some of them and moving on to other ones. So it was, at the same time, it was very hard to do a real professional review, but it was also a very funny time. I've had a lot of joy, pure joy, listening to my music collection again and again. Another note on the technical side of things, I was playing with equalizer, and they take equalizing with grace and they never distort. So if you want to tune them to your liking further with equalizer, you can do that, and you don't have to be afraid that they'll start to sound harsh or that they will distort the bass. It's one of the rare cases when you just want to raise the volume on your headphones and rock, because they sound so good and so natural. Okay. Another note: Spotify and YouTube do not do them justice. They will shine with high resolution recordings. I was checking them out with my phone, with my DAP player, with stationary headphone amplifier, and my sources were DSD files, FLAC files, both of them lossless, obviously, but I was also listening to Spotify and YouTube, and they sound very good with mediocre sources like YouTube. But if you feed them quality, high resolution audio, they will show you what they are capable of. I would say that the wow factor is very strong with these ones. As with most planars, too little power would mean that the treble will become drier and less musical. Less power, meaning when I was driving them straight from some cheap smartphones that I had lying around in my house, and one of my tablets. Any type of USB dongle provided just enough juice to make them sound way better. The best I could get of them was when I was using balanced cable, and I was driving them from balanced sources, like from my KBear 4 or two USB dongles, Tanch Gym Space and Acliam PD5. With balanced sources, they were able to achieve the best astonishing results. Okay, but still, if you'll be driving them just from your regular 3.5mm headphone jack, doing this straight from your I don't know, phone or so tablet or something like that, you'll still be amazed by the sound quality these will provide. So, the summary. If you haven't read it from what I've said earlier, I like them very much, more than both previous models. And I liked Symphony, and I did like PR3. I rarely say this, but with the right source, these headphones will punch above the weight class. It's amazing, by the way, what you can get for $40 in the beginning of 2025. And that's one of the reasons that I'm getting all of these KZ headphones, because all of them are, let's say, steps in the right direction. The company is experimenting, the company is innovating, they are pushing a lot of new models to market every year, maybe even too many of them. But the thing is that slowly they are moving the whole market forward. And if you're on the budget, get these. How should I put that? As I said about Sennheisers, 10 years ago, I would never ever think that in so short time I'll be able to get better sound quality for way less money. It's like 10 times cheaper than Sennheisers, and they are way better. Okay, so again, links in the description of the video, also description of my setup used for the test part of the review will be placed in the description. And if you like that video, if I helped you in any way to make a decision on buying them or not buying them, you're more than welcome to support my channel and my future reviews by buying me a beer. How? Probably the best way would be to use Super Thanks on YouTube. thanks for your time. I hope you'd liked that video, and stay tuned for more videos like that and on preamps and amplifiers, because that's the best content in my channel. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.